the historical capital of Europe. It is one of the oldest cities in the world, a landmark of democracy, and a symbol of art, science, and philosophy. A place with the perfect balance of unique culture and remarkable earthly beauty. You can feel your face warm up, not from the sun's heat, but from excitement. Luxurious hotel rooms, high-class means of transportation, shopping sprees, food galore, and never-ending parties. This is how the Athenian people spend their days in the beautiful city of Athens. So, if you're wondering how to make the most of that Greece trip, check this out as we're about to tell you the top 10 things to see in Athens. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications for more travel videos like this. Starting off the list at number 10 is Acropolis Museum. If you are a person who loves history, then the Acropolis Museum is a place made especially for you. Home to over 4,200 sculptures and statues, this museum houses pieces from over 2,000 years ago. The Acropolis Museum is also home to the exceptional representation of Alexander the Great's head. This masterpiece is an undeniable example of how the Greeks incorporated art, craftsmanship, and beauty all at once. Just a tip, it's better to have booked tickets before visiting the museum because, as expected, lines get ridiculously long. After all, who wouldn't want to get a glimpse of Greece's history, right? Next, at number 9. The Panathenaic Stadium and Olympic Stadium. These stadiums are so beautiful, so don't be surprised if they are crowned as an addition to the wonders of the world. The Panathenaic Stadium is not only famous for being the only stadium in the world that is entirely made of marble, but it will also remain in history books for being the venue for the very first modern Olympic Games in the 1890s. Now, if you plan on spending your summer in Greece, the Olympic Stadium is a place you don't want to miss visiting. The area regularly holds concerts, which is a chance you do not get so often. Next in line, at number 8 is the Lycabettus Hill. If you're a sucker for sunsets, there's no better place to enjoy watching the golden hour than Lycabettus Hill. Standing tall at the height of 277 meters, it is considered the highest hill in the capital, and some might even argue it has the best view in the city. What sets it apart is that once you reach the top of the hill, you can treat yourself to a meal at the restaurant that sits on its peak. You can also pay a visit to the Church of St. George. Today, St. George is flanked by two chapels, one dedicated to the prophet Elias and the other to St. Constantine, completed around 1885. The view of Athens from the churchyard is spectacular. A restaurant and a cafeteria are located near the chapel. Here, you will also see the Lycabettus Theater, which can seat around 3,000 people. Many artists hold concerts here in the summer, sometimes even for free. Music and a good view. Could life get any better than this? Coming in at number 7 is Syntagma Square. If Athens is the heart of Greece, Syntagma Square is the heart of Athens itself. Since it is located at the city's very center, one might have to cross the square to get to the tourist attractions. The majestic Hotel Grande Bretagne is located on one of the sides of Syntagma Square. This 5-star hotel was constructed in 1842 and converted into a hotel in 1874. This historic landmark is frequently visited by celebrities. Ermo Street is also one of the city's principal shopping streets at the top of Syntagma Square. It is typically one of Athens' busiest thoroughfares. Syntagma Square is always bustling with life. You can see people strolling, having drinks in bars, and taking advantage of the free Wi-Fi. If you're lucky enough, you may also witness 1 or 2 concerts and festivals being held here. Next, at number 6 is Erechtheion. Hailed as the strangest building in Athens, the Erechtheion is a perfect mix of beauty and peculiarity. Contrary to how most classical buildings were established on flat, solid ground, the Erechtheion stands on 2 levels, and its northern and western wings are built lower than the southern and eastern parts. The Erechtheion is believed to be even more sacred than the Parthenon and honors Poseidon, god of the sea, and Athena, goddess of wisdom. One of the corners of the building is supported by 6 colossal replica caryatids. Appreciate architecture and history at the same time by including the Erechtheion in your list of places to visit while in Athens. Let's continue with number 5, the Temple of Olympian Zeus. Amidst the hustle in the city of Athens, and the Olympian, a serene picturesque that contrasts the noise and the busyness. A temple dedicated to none other than Zeus, this stands proudly at the height of 17 meters. There used to be hundreds of columns in the temple, but after natural disasters, only 15 of them remain. However, this does not change the fact that the Temple of Zeus is a beautiful historical monument that has stood the test of time. The place is open from 8 in the morning to 3 p.m., and entrance costs about $12 for adults and half the price for students. Make sure to include this in your itinerary, everyone. Next, at number 4 is Ancient Agora. The word Agora means to congregate. Thus, the ancient Agora is a site where people gather because of the various establishments that can be found here. From gymnasiums to courts of law, this was a place where the early Athenians could interact with one another and voice out their complaints. The Agora has become a testimony to their fight for democracy and freedom. The ancient Agora is a safe haven, an archaeological spot surrounded by trees and historical ruins such as the Temple of Hephaestus, among many others. It is a remarkably preserved temple built to honor the god of metalwork. Another would be Sto of Attalos, which is the Hellenistic version of what we would call a mall. On the first floor, a museum was developed and contained remnants of what was part of the Agora during the Hellenistic period. Coming in at number 3 on the list is the Plaka District. The Plaka District is also famous for being the oldest part of Athens. After the government closed down nightclubs in the 70s, the place transformed into a street adorned with jewelry shops, cafes, restaurants, and shops for tourists. Some people even believe that the Plaka District is the most excellent neighborhood, known as the neighborhood of the gods. It is definitely the spot to go to if you just want to casually stroll. Next, at number 2 on the list is the Parthenon. Perhaps one of the first places that come to mind as soon as Athens is mentioned, the Parthenon lives up to its reputation of being the most beautiful and powerful creation in the Acropolis. It is the Athenians' tribute to Athena, the patron of their city. This spectacular attraction's ruins are famous for their perfect proportions and majestic white columns. Friendly reminder, though, you better prepare your legs, as the sightseeing would involve a lot of walking, and it is recommended that you allow 3 hours to enjoy the Parthenon. And now, the number 1 on the list is the ancient Acropolis. As anyone would expect, the Acropolis is the final destination for tourists who want to fully understand the beauty of Athens. The temples on this sacred landmark have influenced architecture since they were built. And the view from the top of this jaw-dropping structure, your eyes will feast on the most beautiful scenery that has inspired poets and writers alike, especially during the 18th century. The Acropolis umbrellas are the previous tourist spots mentioned in this video, such as the Erechtheion and the Parthenon. Here you will also find the Temple of Panathenaic. So, if you're craving silence and peace from the chaos of the rest of the world, you can spend your day marveling at the view from the Acropolis that seems to have come straight out of coloring books. And that's it for this video. Athens is undeniably the place for you if you're an avid fan of ruins. In Athens, mythology, history, architecture, art, and beauty are fused into one. There are so many places to visit and sights to enjoy that you might not want to go home. Remember, this is just a sneak peek. So you better stand up, start packing, and don't miss your chance to bask in the glory of Greece. Make sure to subscribe to our channel, spread the word, and check out our other videos. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in Athens. Until next time.